What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching this from right now. It's Halloween night, but you'll be able to watch and get a lot from this video. This is going to be a live stream, whether you're watching it on playback or if you're watching it live with me right now. And yes, I actually am live. I know y'all going to be like, this is pre-recorded. No, we're live. If you're watching this wherever, it doesn't matter. The information is going to be relevant yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe, and the rest of that, make sure your notification bell is on. This video is going to be a set of videos, a compilation, and I'll be speaking my piece throughout on each video. It's about 20 or so. We'll try and get through them as quick as we can. Ultimately, the reality of it is that I think there are a lot more men being afflicted with bad relationships in the world today than there are with women. And I think that the reasons for those are many. We're going to dive into some of those reasons tonight and why they might be pertaining to you, perhaps, as they are pertaining to me right now. We're going to spin this intro. As you come into the building, make sure you like again. Happy Halloween, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I think the biggest thing that's conflicting with a lot of people nowadays, men particularly, is the confusion that's happening amongst the dialogue and these conversations that we're having with each other. There seems to be something amiss. There's something off with how we as guys, men, communicate and relate to women. And I'm not sure when exactly this fault happened. There's a members only stream that I did earlier today. So if you're a member, you'll be able to go back and watch that. And we watched some of the video clips, but all the clips we're watching tonight that you're going to see are going to be completely new. In each and every one of these clips, there's something that's fascinating about the similarity in the train of thought between the comments that you're going to see. And it's not something that I've observed in men. I'll be pointing out a few of those train of thought, but let's go ahead and get right on into it again. Make sure you like the video. The disconnect or the cognitive dissonance between the realities of what men and women are going through in relationships can be missed greatly by most women. I think that a lot of the discussions that are being had online have a lot of different instances when the solution can be really said perfectly well to a woman at times, but because there's something inhibiting, maybe some kind of emotional trauma damage or something that happened in the past, there's no connection there, right? And so our first video of the day has to do a little bit of that lack of connection, bro. And it's not just the lack of connection, but you're going to see also it's more of the mockery of the connection. So let's check this out. I'm actually just going to pause this here. You can watch on the screen right now, or you can choose to just listen. But what the title of the caption of it says is avoiding all points my husband made in an argument just to respond to one minor inaccurate thing he said. I've experienced this, and I experienced this so much in my last relationship that it can really start to grind and wear on you. I'm a very well-spoken person, not to brag or boast or anything like that. And so when I say something, most of the time I say it pretty clearly and effectively. Sometimes I stumble and I slur throughout, but for the most part, if I'm communicating an idea, it's pretty understandable. It's pretty legibly audible, right? And I think the biggest frustrating part in my last relationship was going through a discussion on length, at end, and making such solid points throughout that you felt like as a guy, there's no way that this person standing across from me right now doesn't understand exactly what I feel and isn't going to reciprocate in some kind of change in the near future. Only to, at the end of this discussion that you've been having with this person, have them look you back in the eyes and then make a reference to some minuscule act that you somehow harmed them by. You had no idea of this, by the way, that you somehow harmed them by. And that then becomes the next point of contention in the argument. Everything that you just said, no matter how poetically beautiful, it could have been the words from Jesus Christ himself. Once a woman, this is not a man thing, once a woman gets into a certain mode emotionally, she tunes everything out, yo. And again, logic fades away. And so the more you speak, and I've even had women tell me this, and I had my last woman tell me this, the more you speak, it's like the less I want to listen. So the inverse effect happens when you try to care so much and when you talk so much, they lose the ability to even give a fuck. Like, it's the craziest thing, but they like lose the ability to care after a certain amount of time in a discussion. They're just like, okay, I'm over it. All right. Now, if it's a woman that respects you, 10 to 15% of women, then she'll listen to you and you'll be able to kind of tell throughout, you know, and you'll be able to have a respectable conversation. But most of the time, even if she's not flat out like cursing you out or something like that, right? She's just not blatantly disrespectful. If she has something to say back to a point that you made of contention, there's no animosity, but you're speaking clear facts and you know that you're speaking clear facts, then more than likely you have yourself the type of woman who is swinging like a dancing monkey back and forth, joking about the fact that you can say a million right things to her. It doesn't fucking matter, right? Understand that, okay? I'm going to go back to that video only because I want to look at the comments for a second. And a lot of guys are going to really say the same thing that we're talking about here. But if you look at the comments, women that glamorize this stuff are repulsive to men. It's literally why most of us won't date, is one of the comments here. It's very true. Very, very, very true. Not a good quality to be proud of. And just so people know, I really don't do this as a rule. That would be uncool. I guess this is the woman that made the video, Emily Bozeman. However, there are many times that I might have done it, as well as my hubby. Well, any one of us, if we're being honest, we've all done it at least once. LOL, LOL, LOL. Right? So to women, this kind of stuff is literally funny. This is joking material to women. For a lot of men, there's nothing to really joke about, especially if he's talking about something serious with you, particularly because most of the time it's going to be for your best interest as well. So it's almost like when you try to help a woman, sometimes it's like that door-to-door sales reference that I kind of talked about a long time ago. When you used to work for direct-to-door, I used to work for Direct Energy doing door-to-door sales. And you could knock on somebody's door and they'd be like, yeah, my electric bill's been so high recently. I don't know what's going on. You'd be like, oh man, let me help you out. At the end of they don't want help. You could offer free help. You could offer paid help. At the end of it, they don't want your help. They feel like you're trying to sell them on something, even when you're not trying to sell them on something. And so they'll send you up the road, right? That's kind of how a lot of these discussions can be if you have a woman that is of the majority, unfortunately, in 2023. Where you could be saying things that could enrich her. You could be saying things that could like teach her, that could really help her in on issues. But because she senses that it's a bit controlling on your part, perhaps, she's going to label you as abusive or narcissistic because she didn't have anybody to ever control her in her life. There was no father, and you're raised by your mother, then you already see how that kind of turns out for the most part, statistically, right? We have videos to prove that and back that up, though, because I have videos of mothers admitting that it's difficult to be a single mother. And I wanted to show those videos because they need to be shown. And there's a counter argument for when mothers try to make this point that parenting is difficulty, right? This is a video that's not going to be related to that, but we're going to step to the next video. So check this out. This is crazy, man. This is what women joke about, you know? This is what women joke about. If any of you guys have a current 9 to 5, this is going to pertain to you. Once your girl get a work boyfriend, she ain't gonna call you on breakup. No, she ain't gonna call you on her break no more. This is a woman saying this, right? It's not like it's the guys or the manosphere out trying to put this on women, or it's not like it's the guys trying to. No, women are identifying as this purposely in 2023. They are self-identifying with this type of woman purposely. They're telling you they're telling us quite literally that if I have a job and you don't hear from me for a while, then it's because I have a work boyfriend. They're literally telling you that. They're telling us that. And I've experienced just this in the last relationship as well. When my ex had left to go be at a shelter or whatnot, and I couldn't get a hold of her on the phone, it's because she was speaking to another man, right? So when they leave your environment, if they aren't that 10 or 15% woman, they are no longer your woman outside of those walls. The best way, in my opinion, to handle that would be to not get too emotionally attached to begin with. That's the best way to handle that. If you get too emotionally attached, then they're eventually going to be driven away by that emotional attachment and into the arms of a guy who isn't as emotionally attached and who is around them more or as much as you are, right? Again, this is their nature. They can't help this to a certain extent. That's the scary part about this. This is the scary part. They admit to it, but don't want to be judged or held accountable to it. Now, the internet's great because you can monetize your views. And the reality of this is shocking, which is going to bring a lot of views, right? Shock value is what we call that, right? So you can monetize the truth now. And since people can identify online and offline with what a lot of these women are saying, myself included, it's like, wow, they're just straight up telling us that, yeah, for the most part, none of us are loyal. You'd be unwise to take them against their word. Trust me. This is a woman who had a baby with her boyfriend. And this isn't necessarily wicked per se, but it is at a certain light. So let's go ahead and play this video. No need for the audio here in this case. There's not much except for a song. And what you're saying is, I'm going to blow this up. A picture of her and her man. Apparently, they both looked really good going into this relationship. I don't know how long it took for them to gain this weight together, but she blew up like a freaking Pillsbury Doughgirl. He put on probably about 25 to 35 pounds, I'd say. She put on about 100 to 150 pounds. She's huge. She's making this video and it says, my boyfriend and I, after and before our son, us a year later, our bodies have changed, but the love remains, ... Now, the reason that this is somewhat of a sadistic video is because of the fact that she knows as a woman that a man is going to be far more loyal to a body, to the body or to a woman in general, rather, you know what I'm saying, than women would to a man. What do I mean by that? Take two people who are the same size and blow them both up proportionately. You will find more loyalty for the man sticking with the woman than you will vice versa. Everybody's going to agree with that. In most cases, that's the way that it is. On the last Privates Only members live stream, we played videos of a woman that lost 100 pounds and then left her marriage and her son or her daughter or something to go be with a new guy. Like left the child and everything, said you can have the child. Some women don't care about giving up their child for a new guy, for a new dick. That's the reality of the situation, right? The reality of the situation is we have no problem dealing with the physical barriers or challenges with the woman. As a matter of fact, as a guy, you want to help solve those challenges. Hey, babe, let's go to the gym together. Men are far more willing, even though we're the far more physical creature, we are far more willing to stay with the woman if she puts on weight than vice versa. And that's the reason. And the reason for that is because, once again, as a woman's nature, if she feels, again, the emotional part of it, if she feels that, hey, you're not listening to me, hey, you're not kind of this, hey, we're not on the same level. It don't matter if you are or not on the same level. If she feels like you're not on the same level, then she's going to operate on those feelings. admittedly by women. This is why they admit to being more emotional, right? And they make decisions off of their emotions. But this woman particularly is using this to shame this man a little bit, and also put to light that guys are more loyal when it comes down to women putting on weight versus then putting on weight and staying loyal in that relationship. That's just the matter. That's just the fact of the matter. We are more loyal. Let's go to the next video of wicked women. The next video has to do with NPD and narcissistic personality disorder. So I'm not going to go too far into that right now, perhaps, per se. We're going to keep that one for a second. This woman's crazy. So we're definitely going to share this woman here. This is a cheating woman, all right? Why am I playing this one? Listen to this.
So after I cheated on my husband, I literally called him immediately after. That might sound crazy, but that's exactly what took place. There are a lot of women who are asking me, how on earth do I even tell my husband? You owe it to your spouse to tell them immediately. Honestly, I'm not the type of person that can just keep things that I've done wrong to myself. I can't, it eats at me. So even in that moment, I was still able to confess, even though I was wrong. And that's how it's supposed to be, even with the Lord. So the Bible even...
Religion. My ex tried to use religion. Wicked women will use religion on the worst parts of her, right? Because if a guy is raised as a good guy, and I was raised as a Christian, right? If he's devout, if he's a Christian, if he's has any kind of good moral compass or character to him, a woman who seems or comes across as devout is one of the ultimate things, because you'll feel like you really have a gem. You'll feel like you really have a pure woman in this world of filth, right? A devout, religious, God woman, what? She's dedicated to the Lord, what? The appeal in that is unparalleled in a lot of cases. You see what I mean? And so women know this. In this case, she used this to get back with her man, and quite literally get back with him. If you go to the profile, their entire 113,000 followers are based off of this relationship of infidelity that they had. But now they come closer together to, with God, all things are possible, and they all work through things. Meanwhile, in reality, she's probably cheating on this guy right now, right? And he'll never know, because he's none the wiser. He's too stupid to really see. If a woman cheats on you one time, she'll cheat on you the rest of the time, because if you take her back, she'll lose respect for you. If a woman doesn't respect you, then it's over from the beginning, because it's all about feelings with women. If they don't respect you, if they feel like you're not a respectable man, right, then they're going to act in a non-respectable way towards you. And it doesn't matter if they fake it on the outside, 113,000 followers, shoot, we're going to fake it till we break it, baby. What are we talking about? That is money in the bank that they're making from every single post and video, especially when they tie in the religious aspects to it. But a woman will use religious aspects to try and shame you for not judging, or for judging her, or for taking her at face value, essentially. Don't fall for it, okay? It's wicked. It's very wicked. I don't care if she's a Christian. I don't care if she's whatever. She's a human being, and you need to judge her by her actions. If her actions don't line up to her words, then kick her to the curb, right? And that goes the same for women too, if that's the case. But the reality is, women have a much harder time judging reality. That's just the reality. So, all right, let's see here. This is another video, and there's no need to play the audio here either. The caption says this: notice how the relationship is only ever in danger when the woman is upset. A man will go months and even years trying to fix himself in the relationship, but as soon as she's unhappy, see ya. This is true a lot of the time, because once again, women operate in the emotional side, right? And if she feels like you're not listening to her, if she feels like you're not respecting her, if she feels like she's told you a million times, it doesn't matter if she hasn't even said it out loud more than once. That one time will feel like in her mind the drum and the echo of a million fucking saw blades. And she's going to act as if she's told you a million times because her feelings tell her that you should have known, right? You should have listened. You should have whatever. And again, once that feeling kind of pops up, it's a wrap. There's no building back to get back to the, in 2023, there's no time to be waiting up for anybody and to fix relationships. And no, rent's too expensive. Like, no, we gotta go to work. No, she has too many options at this point. Okay. If you don't want to give her what she's going to give, what she wants, somebody else will give her what she wants. Right? That's just the way it is because guys don't have as much access as women do. So she's going to get what she wants. The only way she would not do something like that is if she was raised as a 10 or 15% woman, either devout religiously in real life, an actual devout religious woman, or if she had parents that are stand up out of this world parents. And most people, especially in the Black community, don't have both parents in the household. As a matter of fact, women encourage in 2023 not having both parents in the household. Co-parenting is the new push in 2023. It's not marriage. Marriage isn't a flex for women. Marriage isn't a flex for men, especially. Nobody wants to get married anymore, but a select few. I'd say probably 25 to 35% of the population at this point wants to get married. Nobody cares about getting married anymore. And that number is going to shrink and dwindle rapidly. Wicked women, it's time for another clip. If you have a woman that is on any kind of narcotic, I want you to pay like real close attention to this video. All right? Pay real close attention to this video. Women always invite the plug to girls' night. Okay? They're twerking, they're dancing, shaking ass. They're not lying. Okay? Let me just tell you right now, they are not lying. If you have a girl, a woman, and she participates in any type of recreational drug activity, whether she smokes, whatever it might be, and you are not her provider, that means that she more than likely has already done things with the guy in order to get stuff for free. I'm just being completely honest with you here because trust me, just you have to take THT's word for it on this case. If you don't want to listen to the women telling you, right? If you don't want to listen to the women telling you, and you're going to be like, oh, well, these are slurs, these are this, these are that. No, these are human beings, all right? And the comments are going to back it up as well. I would be very careful with a woman who's on any type of recreational activity, okay? It's a bad idea. Go ahead and I would just not get too emotionally attached at all, all right? It's just not a good idea. Dating in 2023 be like. Dating in 2023 be like. Let's take a look at this video real quick. And this is a montage of our good classic movie, Fast and the Furious. R.P. Paul Walker, man, who's jumping back and forth, or at least his stunt double, back and forth. Dating in 2023 be like, I'm single, but I have 2 children, but my mom takes care of them, but their dad isn't on child support, but I work, but the money is not enough. And then we go all the way back to I'm single. And in the meantime, if you're watching the video, he's jumping back and forth from the semi-car to the truck, Toyota Supra, on the highway. In the actual movie, what he was doing was he was trying to help the driver whose arm was stuck because the driver was messed up, right? And that's pretty much dating in 2023. And guess what? It's not going to slow down women because there's enough guys out here to date that haven't had a girlfriend in the past year or so, that haven't had a relationship in their entire lives, that haven't kissed a woman, that will bypass all information so that they can be with the woman who has all that shit going on, right? So, you know, I understand, and I'm not going to blame them for it at all. You know, like I understand because I'm a guy that also was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go against the grain. I'm going to date the single mom. And it just so happened that everything that they said about single moms was true, right? Even though this person seemed like it was the perfect person. So I don't fault guys for that. You know, I think that in the past, maybe I would have faulted guys a lot more for, you know, you need to pick the right one. But upon realizing that, okay, it's like, damn, I thought I picked the right one too, only for her to be batshit crazy. It's like, okay, I understand. Okay, I get it. I get it. I fucking get it. All right, here's a woman who's describing how dating is for her, right? This is how dating was for us. This is how she feels dating is for her. How it feels asking a man of this generation for respect, planned dates, princess treatment, and just the bare minimum in general. And she plays the SpongeBob song, right? So she truly feels like right now dating is so hard for her, right? This is how women feel. This is how they operate. Dating is hard for her. Now you need to understand that what dating is, right? Dating is a different word for everybody. So I'm just going to say that. In this reference or in this term, we're going to say that she's using the traditional classically referenced term of dating in preparation for marriage. So she's trying to perhaps maybe find this guy, this great guy for her, this permanent guy. And I guess that's what she's struggling with, because in reality, we all know that since she's about a 6.5 out of 10, she can really land any guy in the bed at a bar at any given night, right? Any given night, especially niggas. Niggas, she'll have no problem finding somebody to smash. She'll have no problem with a guy that's actually taking her out on a date. But what is it she's really saying in here? How it feels asking a man of this generation for respect, planned dates, princess treatment, and just the bare minimum. What is the bare minimum? That's a good question. You see, the bare minimum ends up being another term of reference that switches, kind of like dating. Every woman's bare minimum is different. And what changes the bare minimum is how many niggas she's been with. If she's been with guys that are hot, good looking, have resources, have money, have this, her bare minimum is going to be higher. No fault of her own, even to a certain extent, because she's been with these guys already. So in her mind, she's like, oh, my bare minimum just went up. My price just went up because he's been messing with me. So if he's messing with me, so when you see the struggle and you see her shaking this cup, what she's saying is, I had this experience with the guy and it was amazing. He probably treated me like a princess. He treated me like an actual like royalty. We went out, we did this, we did that, we did that. And then I didn't hear from him ever again. And that's the men that they're wanting to come back into their lives. You could be the guy that wants to take them out. You could be the guy in their inbox. She has plenty of messages from this video, guys, right? She has probably thousands of messages that she's received from that one video alone. I kid you not. Thousands. She can't make it through the messages. There's no lack of men that are willing to go treat her like a white knight simp within 10 minutes. Hear what I say. But she does not want those men. No fault of her own to a certain extent. She wants the 6'3" guy. She wants the prototypical, stereotypical guy, right? I understand that. And hey, I understand that guys want hot chicks too. But again, we as men are far more willing and quick to settle with the woman and be happy with her. Not just settle, but be happy with her build, or maybe even make her a little bit into what we like more, right? Than a woman will be. A woman will settle for a second with you. And when she finds another option, unless she's very solid, again, in that 10 to 15% raising background where her parents are either religious or they're extremely, extremely wildly good people, she's more than likely going to take that advantageous option for her, right? If she has shakeable character and morality, it's an automatic, you're done and you're gone for. At that point, she just needs a reason or excuse to break up with you, in which case she's going to try and gaslight and manipulate you. She's going to say, oh, I found this, that you didn't come home. I mean, when you said you would this night, I can't do this anymore. And then they're going to end up leaving. Coach Greg Adams is absolutely right about that. And then online, they'll make videos like this. It's like, bro, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with women? Women have lost it, yo. Women have really lost it. And I think, to be quite honest, men are like responding in a lot of unhealthy ways because of it. Women have straight up lost it, yo. I think a part of it too is they know guys are going to react. So they're like, okay, we're going to make these videos. Guys are going to react for sure. And guys do react, but it's because the women in the comments are agreeing. So it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. So let's go to the next video. If he wanted to, he would. That's the name of this. Check this video out.
But why are the ones who would always the ones who I'm like, please don't? Like, Yes, if he wanted to, he would. But why are the ones who would always the ones who I'm like, please don't? Like, yes, if he wanted to, he would. But why are the ones who would always the ones who I'm like, please don't? Like,
Again, bro, the women are telling us like right to our face. The women are telling you right to your face. The women are telling everybody in the world right to the face. Goon G says it's because you're attracted to the instability and a push-pull dynamic. Stable, compassionate people turn you off. Proving yourself feels more validating than being seen and validated. And he's right on the money. Women love that. Women truly operate in that. And they'll admit it to you. Even if they don't like it, they'll admit it to you. That's why they chase after a certain type of guy, right? Like they love to prove themselves. Even with me in my own relationship, I ignored this girl for like weeks on end. I ignored her for weeks on end. She'd call me, call mail stuff. When we finally got together, she'd be like, man, it used to drive me crazy when you ignored me. She'd be like, oh my God, I used to just think about you all the, I would obsess about you. I would this, I would that. And then like she would just be like, oh, you were so easy to get. And then kind of like walk in the room and go watch TV or something like that, right? When I didn't pay her any attention is when she gives you all the attention. But it's not necessarily that. I can't lie, because you can't be like a freaking loser completely and then be like, oh, if I ignore her, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to work that way either. It's not going to work like that. You have to have something going for you. But like if you do have something like a little bit of something going for you, and she tries to chase you, or you notice she's chasing you and you don't care, oh, bro, it's a wrap. She's gonna fall in love with you. Like they want what they can't have. It's crazy, man. So the best way to get them is to not care. It truly is, you know. Then once you get them, you gotta care a little bit, but don't care too much. Ay. It's amazing. You know, the order of these videos is the perfect talking sequence. I didn't even mean to plan to do it like this. All right, next video. Next video of a woman speaking brutally honest online. Let's check this out.
Relationship. Why are you doing single activities? Go do a sip and paint. Go do some pottery, some ceramics with your boo. Go do a poetry slam night or something. Humans are so weak when it comes to temptation. Like a guy could walk out with a fresh pair of shoes and a fake chain, and a woman gonna go. I've seen it firsthand. You in a relationship. Why are you doing?
So have I. Absolutely. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it firsthand many times. Somewhat recently. I'll just say acquaintance of mine was showing me his phone and showing me all the women that he pulls. And he's got money in. You know, he's got chains and he dresses really well. He does dress well. He dresses fly. I'm not gonna lie. He dresses fly. Like bro dresses fly, bro. Like he wears fire shit. And so he showed me though all the girls that he pulls and like the messages that he sends to these girls. Like these are married women, good husbands, like black men with jobs, black men with like banking positions. Like, yeah, they might seem a little nerdy, you know what I mean? But you know, like these, I just shouldn't even say that. These are good dudes, like big dudes, burly dudes, you know, tall, fucking beards, you know, like. Some of them look like man's men, some look like nerds, but there's like a wide array. It don't matter. His inbox is full of women who are cheating actively, and the messages are on vanish. I mean, it'll be quick messaging though. So like he showed me plenty of times, and he'll talk to him and everything. Like he'll send them one message, yo. He sends them one message and be like, link up, and they'll be like, okay, and the spot is already arranged and everything like that. Like. They just said like a time and the spot is already arranged and everything. And he's got money, so he can buy like a hotel room. You know what I mean? Like it's quick. There's no emotional, like you won't know. You're probably not going to notice her on the phone all the time like that. Like she meets him out in public, right? They exchange numbers because he's a fly guy. He's great with women. She can sense that energy. He might be an attractive guy. Yeah, it's a wrap. You've been married for 4 or 5 years and things have kind of gotten like a little stale. You might not be as connected as you once were, and you know the intimacy stops a little bit. Maybe she just has more attitude. You know, if she's giving you attitude and shit, she's definitely fucking cheating on you. But if she's not like respecting you in any type of way and she's just kind of like standoffish, this is what's happening 99.9% of the time. All right. I can't say 100 on YouTube because for certain shit, you'll get demonetized now. 99.9 of the time, she's cheating on you, bro. And with a guy, you know, that's a well put together guy, to be fair and honest with you, at least physically on the outside. He doesn't have to have good emotional morals, right? Because she's going to come back home to you. And she knows that you're always going to be the lapdog for her. And if she does confess to you cheating or her cheating, there's a 50-50 chance that you might take her back because shit's so fucked up out here anyways. Type of thing, you know? Ooh, it's real, man. It's real, bro. I've seen it with my own two eyes, right hand of Jesus Christ. I've seen these women, like, I was like, damn, son. Woo. It's bad. It's bad. Next video on wicked women, ladies and gentlemen. Next video on wicked women. Let's get to this next one. Women's friends. And once again, I'm using women. Women are saying this. So this is just a case study where I'd seen so many videos and I was like, I can't believe women are really like this. Like they really talk like this. This is how they really feel.
Because women have low quality friends that they seek advice from, that then give them bad advice, ramp them up. Well, also most of the time those friends are in either marriages they hate or they're single and they want company. Yeah. So they're like, oh, let me wreck her situation, as opposed to giving good advice to say, listen, go back to the table, try to work it out. He's doing this, you know.
Women typically give trash dating advice to other women, primarily because they can't understand men.
Or is it is some of it intentional though? That's
definitely intentional.
Or they maybe like
or they're
want
lonely.
Part in crime. They want somebody to go and party with.
Yeah, it's totally. But even if they would,
I've heard women say this before and admit to it. Women will give other women bad advice purposely because either they're jealous of their boyfriend, they're jealous of their family, they're jealous of their life, they're jealous of their happiness. I saw a meme, or Coach Ray Adams plays a meme where it says, somebody plays a meme where it's like, oh, please stop flaunting your perfectly non-damaging, emotional, perfect, amazing relationship in my face. It's like a sound bite that he presses, right? So he presses this button and this woman goes, please stop flaunting your perfectly damaging, some exquisite relationship in my face. Thank you. And it's a joke, right? But it's to say that like those relationships are so rare that women don't want to see them and it upsets them sometimes. This is crazy, yo. Like if somebody comes and like, I don't know, like if my homie was in a good relationship and he needed advice or something like that, or he wanted like, hey, what should I get her like for her birthday? I'm not gonna try and sabotage it, but some niggas would, I guess. You know, some niggas do try and smash the homie's girl. That's not me. But I wouldn't do it through like advice or giving bad advice. That's crazy to me. That's sadistic, right? Giving purposely bad advice. Most of the time, guys give advice out of the genuine like guy. Hey, we're trying to help you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes down to women. But women will give another woman bad advice purposely. Whew, that's wild. Okay, let's go on to the next video here. Oh, let me see. Okay, next video, wicked women. Which one is this one? Oh, Lord, they just get worse and worse. Fucking hell. It's fucking brutal, bro. All right. Transparency post. That's the name of this. Transparency post. At least she's being transparent. Thank God for the internet.
27
The moment I realized my marriage was over is the name of this video, all right?
minutes into the new year, and I already done told my husband that I fucking hate him and that he's a
27 minutes into the new year, she told her husband what? That
I just don't think this is gonna work out for me anymore. I don't know, like I'm sad for us, I'm sad for myself. Well, not really, because I'm gonna go follow my dream. He's gonna go follow his dream, so I wish him the best of luck. We're 27 minutes into the new year, and I already done told my husband that I fucking hate him and that he's a. I just don't think this is gonna work out for me anymore. I don't know. Like, I'm sad for us. I'm sad for myself. Well, not really, because.
Okay. So notice, right? No mention of what the problem is, right? You know why? It's because there's probably not a problem, except for what she feels, right? Going back to this feeling, 27 minutes into the new year, she feels like, oh, she's like, I can't do this anymore. Now let's just do a bit more research, and this is fascinating here. This woman, it said in her user profile that she was a doctor. Dr. Sherelle Shin. Lord have mercy. I mean, if Kevin Samuels could rise from the grave, you know? What a world, and it's ours. So she's ready to start dating. She's ready to start dating already. What a world. All right. She's ready to start dating already for sure. Dr. Sherelle. All right. There was a post that I saw, and I was just like, okay, let's see. There was a post I saw, and that's interesting. She promotes co-parenting. She looks like she grew up with co-parenting. So, she's a victim, of course, because her husband was bad. She's created the narrative that her husband wants to come crawling back, but it's too late, right? It's too late. Of course, he did something. We don't know what, but he did something wrong. He did something wrong, right? But I'm gonna show you a video here, and it's pretty fucking sad. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. Check this out. Is divorce contagious? Listen to this.
Divorce is actually contagious. When you have somebody in your close friend or family group that is very close to you and they get a divorce.
And I want you to understand, this goes back to women justifying why they do what they do. This is the justification of it, right? So she's like, look, hey, this is why I got a divorce.
Other couples in that same group are 75% more likely to get a divorce. And this phenomenon is very easy to figure out. It's because the grass always looks greener. You see that this person might be going out on dates and just living their best life and putting on this really great front. But in reality, about 23% of couples regret getting a divorce.
No, I definitely don't think that divorce is contagious. That would mean that people who are in happy and healthy relationships are seeing these people around them.
So even after seeing that video right there, right? Even after seeing the video right there and having somebody that actually studies relationships give you clinical data to back it up and support it, she doesn't agree that the divorce is contagious, right? Now, if you go to the comments, women joke again. And again, I want you to understand that women find this shit funny. Women joke again about things like this, which lets you know that the white lady speaking was absolutely right. And another white woman says, I know some of my friends' husbands were shaking in their boots as their wives watched me rise and thrive after my separation. Right? Another woman says, no, the first lady is right. My grandmother told me a story, and then she gives personal experience, right? But again, I need you to understand that in that, This woman who was a doctor, PhD, fucking hell, bro, fucking hell. Don't take care of me. Fuck it, let me die, bro. Just take me somewhere else, fool. I don't know. Fucking hell. She's a doctor, yo. All those book smarts. She's a doctor. All those book smarts to think like this.
And they're divorced, and then all of a sudden also catching this divorce bug. And I don't think that's the case at all. Now, the 75% of people that's around them probably already have marriages that are failing or unhealthy or toxic or whatever. They're looking at these other people and they're realizing like, hey, they got through this divorce. They're happier now. They're healthier now. They are moving on with their lives.
My bad. Sorry about that. So I'll say everything that I just got done saying, right? And I'm gonna play the video again. Sorry, my bad. I know y'all said no audio. Okay. Hey, Laura. No, I have seen that, Laura. I've seen Deadly Women. It's crazy. I have seen it. And don't you know that like most of the women on Deadly Women, they still never own up to their crimes. You know what I mean? They still never fess up to it. They still end up playing some sort of victim type of deal. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Anyways, let me say everything that I just said. I'm going to show this video one more time, and then I'm going to say everything that I just said. It had to kind of do with not dating a woman with kids. Now, I don't know how long I was actually mute, but I'm going to say everything about this doctor woman again, and then go back to what I was saying about kids, because it's very important. So this woman, Dr. Sherelle Shin, is a doctor, PhD accredited. But again, just like in the video we just saw, she didn't even give an example or an exact reason as to why she wanted a divorce. It's just a feeling that she had. Maybe somebody's texting me. It was a feeling that she had in this transparency post that I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. And so we went to this divorce contagious video. And the statistics say and the numbers say that, yeah, divorce can be contagious, right? Divorce can be contagious 100%. Dr. Sherelle says, no, I don't think it's contagious. Even though numbers are given, statistics are given by this woman you see on the screen, who, if you look in the background, it says amicableddivorcenetwork.com. This is literally what she does for a living, right? For a living. But of course, Dr. Sherelle, in all her infinite wisdom, this is when education is a bad thing for women, just can't agree, right? Or get down with the get down because I feel like that narrative isn't right? I feel like it's not right. You go to the comments and a lot of women say, yeah, she's right. She's right. Thank God there are women that are disagreeing, right? I read this comment. Maybe I didn't. Maybe you heard it. Maybe you didn't. I'll read it again. A lady said, I know some of my friends' husbands were shaking in their boots as their wives watched me rise and thrive after my separation. All right, rise and thrive. Relationships aren't the new flex anymore. Being single and having your children is the new flex. Being able to make enough money to support your children and have the courts not interfere or have the courts take away custody from the father is the new flex for women. That's what women like, and that's what they want now. They don't want to have a man in their presence 24/7 unless you're a stud, high-earning man. But even if you're a high-earning male, she doesn't want your presence 24/7. She's going to want to get the hell away from you sometimes, or to take your resources and for you to go away sometimes, or go do your thing. Don't be around 24/7, though. That turns a woman off. It makes you feel or look clingy, unless, of course, you're a stud. Going back to this, Dr. Chin, Sherelle Chin, couldn't get down with this. She just doesn't agree. She had a video responding to it. I don't know if we played it. I don't know if you heard it. I think you probably heard it. And then I wanted to go on and say this, that at the end of the day, women take more pride in surviving as single mothers than they do as working relationships out in a family. They don't want to work things out anymore. And same thing even with my ex. At one point in the live stream that my ex did, she said that, he was starting to build a great relationship with my son. And I saw that, I knew I had to leave. She literally said that on camera. She said that on camera. I got the video, but I'm not going to show everything right now. She said on camera, like, he was building a good relationship with my son, and I knew it was time for me to go. Women at this point will justify them wanting to be single by using any type of manipulation tactic against you as a man that they can conjure up. And when they can't conjure anything up, you'll start to hear things like what Dr. Chin said, which is that I don't even know. I don't know. I just know it's 27 seconds into the new year and my marriage is over. I can't do it.
7 minutes into the new year, and I already done told my husband that I fucking hate him and that he's a I just don't think this is going to work out for me anymore.
Pay attention to what she said. I don't think it's going to work. I don't feel it's going to work out anymore. There's no type of, hey, there's no tears of men. We've gone to counseling. We've done this. We've done that. I've done this. I've tried to do this. I've enrolled in this program. I went to marriage. No, there's nothing, any of that. What it is she becomes an automatic victim. She goes to Instagram and starts to teach you how to become a better single mother. And yet again, we have more single mothers teaching women how to become better single mothers as more children are raised without the protection of a father that are going to go through more sexual abuse, that are going to go through more trauma, that are going to go through more lack of identity structure, that are going to go through lack of protection, that are going to go through, there's so many issues you have when you're a girl and you don't have a father to be raised in the household with you, and you have a mother that literally just wants to find and ride dick 24/7, but masquerading as some sort of wholesome character online because she has a doctorate degree. This is the reality of dating in 2023. And if you're dating above 30, you're dating women that have children that are in these same exact circumstances. There's no getting around it. Most of these women are going to have kids. And I'll say this. In my case, where I really fucked up is I had the ability to date women that don't have kids. I had the ability to date women that are like, what the fuck? So I fucked up even fucking with a woman that has kids because there's so much more you have to really deal with. But again, I thought I found somebody that was like a really special person, right? I thought I found somebody that was like amazingly unique. That was like, whoa, like how the fuck have you been single for so long? Like these niggas are everybody's tripping. I can't believe you've been out here in the world. Well, it was all an act, right? Wicked women. Women know that as a man, you like to help. Women know as a man, you want to help. You want to save her. Women know as a good man, especially, that you want to do what you can to try and, even if, hey, what can I do to help? Now, this is going to change, and this is starting to change in society, especially with the Gen Zers. Gen Zers ain't going for none of that shit. There are no simping to the max. They don't give a fuck about marriage. They don't care about none of it, right? They ain't going for none of it. Right? And appropriately so. That's the natural response. They're going to not correct, but they're going to kind of really change the scene for a lot of the way that the dating is going. the new generation is wild, wicked, right? But it ends up being this really similar trend that I've noticed with a lot of women, and that after they divorce, there's a support group of women like ready to pick them up. Women stick together, yo. I was watching the parole. Let me bring this shit up. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about when I say women stick together. All right. I was watching this parole board hearing, and it was the women's episode a little bit earlier today. Well, no, this was like a few weeks ago. Let me show you something so fascinating. I was like, my goodness, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, man. This woman in the picture on parole right now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women right here in her support corner. Do you know what her crime was? Bro, she fucking shot her son and like killed her husband. She like popped the son and killed the husband, bro. And she's got all women in support and a lawyer supporting her, trying to get her out of jail. It is mind-numbing. It's like, bro, that's wicked. That's wicked. She's not the only one. Let me show you. She's not the only one. I think this was like a woman's parole or something like that. The next one, look at this.
Them to speak and enter their.
Look at how many women are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 6th one is right there on the right-hand side. You can't see. Look at this. This is wicked. This is the next woman that was up. Do you know how many people come in the men's parole boards meeting when the men walk in? Do you know how many people come in the men's let me just find it. Fuck it. Let me find a man. Hold on, let me find a man. There you go. What the fuck is going on, bro? This is wicked. Let me turn on the music, bro. Woo! Boy, this shit is wicked out here, boy. These women are moving differently, yo. Yo, these women are moving differently, bro. I have never seen nothing like this in my life, bro. These women are sticking together, and they are sticking through thick and thin on the bullshit. They are backing themselves up 1,000,000%. The womanhood right here. Brotherhood ain't shit. Brotherhood has nothing on the womanhood. Woo! Next video. Fuck. And that's the case for 90% of these women's cases, yo. They got a row of women waiting to support them. Whew, my goodness. Okay, looks like we're back to our chick who just divorced, and split her family up. She was ready to move on a long time ago. You'll notice that when women are joking about their divorce and stuff like that, they've been broken up for a long time, and they've probably been cheating for a long time. I know you from where? Elementary school. So I can't play the song. It says when guys find out that you're single again. Guys find out that you're single again. Been patiently waiting to shoot their shot. And the reality of it is that she's been waiting for you to slip up enough to give them a shot, if that makes any sense. But you don't have to slip up. She's just going to be waiting until she's tired of dealing with you, right? Like in my case, my chick got tired of dealing with me, so she went to go with another guy. And this other guy she had already been talking to for a long time. It was the guy that she was like, oh, you don't have to worry about him. He's just a client. He's just a whatever. He's just a whatever this, right? Anytime a woman is speaking negatively about a guy, which I knew that he wasn't just a client, I didn't know she was going to fucking up and leave while she was 5 months pregnant. But again, I know that it's not my baby, so we're okay. But anytime a woman talks negatively about a guy, like, oh, this guy at my job is such a horrible, oh, this guy, and she's probably fucking him, right? And she wants to try to manipulate you to thinking that she's not, but in reality, he's on her mind. And whatever she's doing or thinking or they're having, relationship is at the forefront. So to try and squelch it a bit subconsciously in her mind, she's going to talk about it in a negative light, which will reactively give her the positive affirmation of, oh, baby, and that he's not worried about this guy. I'm not going to worry about this guy. Right? Wicked, man. Fucking wicked. This is how they operate naturally. In order for a woman to not do this, she has to go against and she has to conscientiously fight to not be like this. And that's a very difficult thing to do, to go against one's nature. Women are telling you what their nature is, right? They're telling everybody what their nature is. They're unashamed. And there is no public persecution or shame or judgment anymore. We're past that now. So they feel emboldened to speak truthfully, as they should, as they should. Next video is probably going to have to be, you know what? I might just make this like a series where I just show these crazy videos. I'll be doing shorts of all these videos as well, too, because shorts are really what get a ton of views. But this is how, again, women view marriage, bro. Like, this is how women view being in long-term relationships. Like, it's not a flex anymore for them. The name of this video says my marriage ended. I'm not going to play any because I'm trying to keep monetization on these. So my marriage ended. Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Bruh. All right. So her marriage ends. And she pretty much gets a Chad immediately to come scoop her up, take her around the world, and fuck her for, until she gets tired of her, right? Until she gets tired of him. And she'll rinse, wash, and repeat. That's the access that women have, And most of the time, right, if y'all don't get into if it's like the 5-month phase, 3-month phase, and you notice that things start to get a bit sketchy and iffy, you're probably getting ready to get dumped, and that process is going to rinse and repeat because you have to understand women are on a biological clock, and they do want to have kids with the best guy they can get. So they'll start kind of giving you signs a little bit. But even in my case, I didn't see the signs like as you're getting ready to just fucking leave type of shit forever after the beginning we had, right? A lot of guys are going to get fooled into whatever it might be. But in her mind, like, she's like, bruh, like I'm sitting in the car with you talking right now when I know that I could be in Abu Dhabi with Hafiz getting fucked senseless. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is marriage at the end of the day? You being a good guy, you being a nice guy, you being this, you being that. That's not really fun per se for a lot of them. It can be fun if you are able to have a good, decent life for yourself, right? But outside of that, the traditional marriage type of thing, yeah, fuck no. That's a wrap. That is a wrap. Women will admit to it just as men will. It's a wrap. Okay, so the quicker that you're able to kind of accept that, as I had to accept it, the better off everybody's going to be, right? Nobody wants to be in a marriage anymore, but especially women, right? All right, women when they're dealing with friends, these all need to be like separate videos. But this is a Halloween live stream night. Women, again, are going to tell you their nature at this point in 2023.
We used to deal with each other. Yeah, we used to
Yeah.
Nine out of 10 women.
Yeah.
And I'm just coming from a woman.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 women who have a male best friend has that male some point in time of their friendship. Y'all can say whatever you want to say. I see it from experience. I am around these women, okay? I had a girlfriend who was sleeping with a guy. They might have slept together like twice. And then determined they're better off being friends. So they hang out, you know, they go to bars together, but they before. You understand?
I respect you so much.
I understand a man feeling some type of way about that. Like, yes, they him. They him. I don't care. Y'all can lie all y'all want.
Yes.
Y'all at least be a woman about your shit and say, yeah, me and him used to mess around.
Yeah.
And if you really care about the man that you with, leave that alone.
The race. The ones that know, no. I would even go as far as to say the girls.
I know I was muted again. My bad. I know I was muted again. My bad. Sorry. Yo, this is gonna be such a bad live to watch on the replay. But all right, hey, just know that for the most part, I spoke about a woman not wanting or having as much of an incentive to be loyal or to be honest about the guys that she's had in her friend group, because you have to understand there are a lot of guys that don't have the ability to get women. So because they can't get women, their limit or their dealing or their potential for dealing with BS is higher. Since they have a lower ability to get women, their BS meter for dealing with the BS is higher. So they'll deal with the woman saying, oh yeah, he's just a friend. He's just this, he's just that. When there are guys who've never had a relationship with the woman, they never held a woman's hand before. Plenty of guys have never kissed a woman before. They've never conversed with a girl on the telephone or IM or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever. So when a woman will just be like, oh, he's just my friend, they'll just overlook it. In reality, they're just like, oh, it's whatever. Like, hey, I hope he's no competition to me. Meanwhile, she's probably smashing him the entire time. She won't cut off that guy, or she won't cut off this guy either, because she's getting something from all of them, right? This guy's giving her a little bit of money, perhaps. This guy's still giving her sex. She's getting something from everybody. In her mind, like, Why cut off? She doesn't even see a long-term future with you to begin with. So she's just going to lie until either you start to catch on to her lies or until she decides that she wants to go back to the last dude that she just told you not to worry about, right? Which is why you always see your girl going back to her ex or something like that, right? And you're like, why the fuck you told me not to worry about? Why'd you go back there? That's why. She was never gone from the ex. That what she told you was a lie. They were never done. They were never this. They were never that. They were never this. They were just where they were, where they continue to be now. Anyways, I said that to say, and we're leading into the next video here. The next video has to deal with the guy that I talked a long time about, acquaintance, who is really good with women. Let's just go ahead and check out that video, all right?
Girls that got niggas be going more than the girls that's single. That might be a stretch, but I don't know. But it's crazy that I can even say that and it might make sense. A boyfriend is not stopping 80% of these females from doing what they want to do for real. I ain't gonna lie, these girls do not be messing with their boyfriends like they say. They just be wanting to have a boyfriend. They just want a nigga to hold that place as their boyfriend. Like literally, if she don't like her boyfriend 100%, if she's not obsessed with her nigga, you for sure have a chance. Now, I ain't say it was a 50-50, but you got a chance. You got
He's spot on the money, man. He's spot on the money. Like he's a million times on the money. You 100% have a chance. If she is not 100% devoted to that man, if you get her phone number, if you get any of her social media, you have a chance, right? You have a chance. Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, okay, check it out, right? Oh my God, check this out. So I was telling this story on LFA's live stream. Fuck, this is brutal. Hold on. Okay, this is brutal. So I was at the where was I at? Oh, I was at the store. I was at Target, and I saw this bad chick, yo. I saw this bad chick, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to say something. She's gonna deny me for sure, but I'm saying something anyways. So I walked up to her and I was like, hey, you trying to get married? And she was like, hell yeah. And she started laughing. She was cool as hell. I was like, yo, she's bad and cool as ice. What the hell? And so I was like, okay, let me get your number. So she gave me her number, right? And you know, my stupid ass, I was like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I was like, well, you want to come onto the podcast? I was like, you should come onto my podcast or whatever. And she was like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I guess she wasn't thinking. And so I was like, cool. I was like, I got like 6,000 subscribers. I'll probably have like, I don't know, like, if you come on, we'll probably have like 100 people watching or something like that. That's what I told her. And she was like, oh, I can't. So maybe she thought I was like a audio podcast or something. I guess she thought it was an audio podcast. And she realized it was a video podcast. And like, I was like, no, I'm a YouTuber. I make videos. And she was like, I can't. And you know what she told me? She told me it's because she's married. I was like, why the fuck did you just give me your number? Why are we even talking right now? I haven't texted her. I haven't called her. I haven't anything. But she only told me that because she slipped up and I started talking about me wanting to bring her on YouTube and everything. Because, I would love to bring on a hot chick and then talk about relationships and shit. Like, what the fuck? Automatic views. Bro, she was like, oh, I can't do it. I'm married. And I was like, you just gave me your number, though. And she was like, I know. I was like, what? And I went to Target and she went to Target. And that was it. And I'm sure she went home to her husband, who is none the wiser. It's over, bro. It's over, bro. It's over. It's over. It's over. She's married. Not a boyfriend. She's married to that dude. All right. Y'all, we're going to wrap this thing up. There's so many videos. I've got to go to the gas station. There's too many videos to play left. I'm going to wrap this thing up. This one's going to stay up. We're going to make another one of these and talk about it more because there's so many videos of women acting the fuck out. Acting the fuck out, man. Like, I don't know why. I don't know where they feel. I guess this is like the new wave of like feminism, maybe, perhaps. But I haven't seen it like this. There's so many videos in my email that I've emailed to myself. It's just like, bro, it's a wrap, dude. Take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to play the ending portion of this stream. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Halloween with y'all. I hope y'all stay safe out there again. And no, I appreciate you for stopping by. You know, don't go too hard on yourself because, especially if you're a guy, shit is rough, man. Shit is rough out here. And you're going to be all right. It's going to be rough for a while, but you're going to be all right. Just guard your heart and be very careful of anybody you let into your life, but especially a woman, because the worst damage that can ever be done to you isn't by another man or another whatever. It's by a woman. It'll be the worst damage that could be done for you. It's not just to you, it's to your generation, to your lineage, right? I got lucky in the fact that, you know, this kid isn't mine. But there's a lot of guys out there who aren't as lucky as me. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys out there in very bad positions, you know. So just be careful, y'all. And I'll see you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Good night.